Hey every beauty, it's me Jerica coming to you from my bedroom this time. I wanted to kind of come to you guys and talk to you about the hormone therapy. I've gotten many questions and I kind of want to answer some of them, and then some of them, this is based solely on my own experience. It will be different for everybody. So let's just get right into the video. So there are different brands that you can use. I personally am on S-Trace and Estradiol when they don't have any S-Trace at my local pharmacy. Spironolactone is my testosterone blocker. You need to take the testosterone blocker in order for the female hormones to work better. So in my experience, the first thing I ever noticed was the fact that I was very emotional. Like things like baby carriages would make me, feel emotional. Christmas commercials really got to me for some reason, and I don't know why. And my skin and my hair changed. Like it got much thicker. My hair did. My skin, I noticed that it was like smoother, a lot less sort of male features. My face rounded out, as you can tell. I had a very pointy chin, still sort of do, but it's a little bit more round. My loss of sexual desire and erections kind of it was like about 4 months where it completely stopped. But that like comes and goes. It's not, like I said, it's not the same for everybody. I did notice a major weight gain. I went from 109 pounds to like almost 140, which I was not used to or prepared for. My clothes and stuff, I had to buy new clothes and, buy new bras. So this is not a cheap experience at all. So the other thing I noticed is that cravings. So like I've talked to a lot of trans women, some friends of mine. The one thing that they seem to have craved most often was actually pickles. So I wasn't a real pickle fan before. And then afterwards I had to have pickles on burgers. I had to have pickles by themselves. I was eating deep fried pickles. Like my pickle obsession was getting a little bit crazy. So let's see here. Cravings. So I did have a hormone imbalance to begin with, actually. So I was very low on testosterone before I started. That's something that naturally occurred in my body, and the other hormones just kind of added to it. So a lot of the things I was experiencing, such as like emotional outbursts and stuff when I was younger, kind of smoothed out over time, and I feel like I've become more sane, I guess. I just feel better. Let's see here. So that was within the first couple months. Like, I noticed that my boobs actually grew. So like at first, when you're first starting it took me probably like 2 or 3 months to really notice that I was gaining breast development. So at first, you'll notice that your nipples are very sore and they're tender to the touch. And then that's how you know they're growing and the pills are working. And ladies and gentlemen, please follow a doctor. Do not buy hormones off the street. You have to worry about stuff like blood clots and smoking and your heart, your liver especially, and your kidneys and all that stuff. And you have to have that checked regularly. I have to go for blood work quite regularly to make sure that my levels are all good, that I'm not having any liver damage, because a lot of times the liver damage comes something that happens over misuse of the hormones and the spironolactone, which you don't really have to take spironolactone after the surgery, just so that's a little side note. So after the second year, so we already did like a little portion of it. Now we're going into the second year. I skipped forward. If you guys have any questions, just DM me. So the second year, I noticed that I was less emotional and more balanced. So what I mean by that is it took me a really long time to kind of figure out what were my emotions and what were the hormones. Not taking things personally and, things that were making me sad for no reason. I had to figure out whether it was a real depression problem or if it was a hormone problem. Just deal with everything as it comes. Some days you're not going to know what the hell's going on. And then other days you're going to be like, okay, so this has something to do with the hormones. and anger problems or anything that you have, definitely talk to your endocrinologist and just let them know like something is wrong. Like if you get rashes or itches or swelling, especially like if you notice like one leg is swelling or something like that, just go in and see your doctor. That's what they're there for. So yeah, as I said, I was less emotional. I seem a lot happier and a little bit more stable in the mind, and I'm able to think clearly, which I could before, but I always had like there was always something over my head that made me feel different. I don't feel that way all the time necessarily. We call it gender dysphoria. I have dealt with that in the past, and I still deal with it every day. It it doesn't make it go away, but it definitely soothes it sometimes. I find myself thinking less about me fitting in or not. You know, I hope you guys understand what I mean. So, loss of erection and sexual desire. So, I was talking to my husband about this, and he kind of told me that the first couple of weeks I was able to gain an erection and I was able to have sex at any time, and then it kind of disappeared for a while, and I was not. I had no sex drive whatsoever, and then it kind of comes and goes nowadays. So there's some days where I'm like, please don't touch me, and then the other days I'm like, hey big boy. So like, you know, but that, as I said, that's totally different for everybody. It's not the same. See, I said again, sorry Marissa. So, and alcohol too, like you can have that in moderation. You really you really don't need to be out there getting drunk all the time, because that will affect your body. If I drink, say, today, I know for the next 2 days, even if I'm taking my pills, I feel kind of wonky. That's just a personal thing. I'm not sure if that's something for everybody or if that happens to everybody. And I'm not a doctor, so I'm just sharing with you guys my experience with hormone therapy. Like I said before, it will be completely different for everybody. They do say, though, that if you're younger when you start, you get better results, like in breast development and the effects, basically. So that's something to keep in mind. If you're like 20 or something years old, just do it. You know, if it's something you want to do, like I waited 17 years to get on hormones. I could not find a doctor that would prescribe them to me, even though like it was pretty evident that's where I was headed. You know, like I tried different doctors. I went to another doctor, an endocrinologist, when I was about 14. They denied me then, and then I kept going and going and going. My general practitioner does not prescribe stuff like that. You definitely need an endocrinologist for that, unless you're naturally female and going through menopause. So, yeah, it kind of bothered me. And then, you know, this girl named Jamie I had mentioned on Facebook, I had done one of those Facebook posts, pretty aloof, I guess. And I was like, yeah, I'm still having like a huge problem trying to get hormones and whatnot. And she had messaged me and said, I have a private doctor, and if I can get you on hormones in 2 weeks, you can take me for dinner. So 2 weeks to the day, August 14th, 2014, I had my prescription in hand. It was a very emotional day. I had waited so long to finally get to where I was going. And as you guys all know, if you watch my surgery package video, I'm getting there. My best friend has already gone through all the surgery and everything. And so, like, I'll talk to you guys about that later. I'm going to ask her a couple of questions first. So, you know, like, shout out to Jamie. Like, she did something in, like, a couple of days that I tried for 17 years. Like, she was literally my hormone angel, right? And she's a sweetheart. She moved recently, and I miss her. So definitely, Jamie, give me a call. We'll talk. Let's see. I just want to make sure I'm covering all my bases. I have everything written here. This will be the first part to the video. There will be another part later about the side effects either I've experienced or the ones to watch out for. And I'm going to actually try to talk to my doctor about that one first, because I want to make sure I'm giving you guys the most accurate information. Oh, yeah. The one little side note is with spironolactone. You know, it makes you pee a lot. and it also tastes like mint. So the reason why it makes you pee a lot is because as you're taking it, it is basically pushing out the testosterone and making room for the estrogen. So it has to come out somewhere. So as far as I understand it, you pee it out. And literally, girls, it feels like your bladder is this big. So definitely, if you are going to start taking them, be near a bathroom, especially for the first couple of weeks. I had to use a bathroom so bad, and it was like one of those, you know, you've been at the bar all night, you've been drinking, and you're breaking the seal. It was one of those. So be careful of that, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm going to talk to a trans man and ask him about that if that's any different for them. If you guys, if there are any trans men out there and you want to share your experience with me, I gladly would love to hear everything. If you want to message me or if you want to do a live video with me and explain it, I would love that. Just, you know, just let me know. So one quick little side note as well is the unfortunate part about taking spironolactone is that you can't actually eat bananas anymore because of the potassium. So you really have to watch your potassium intake with food, because if your potassium is too high, it will land you in the hospital. So I have to be very, very careful about what I eat and how I eat it. And that also goes along with the weight gain too. Like if, you know, sometimes I'm craving like a hamburger and fries, which I'm a vegetarian, but I want to eat the hamburger and fries. So what I do is I'll eat half a portion just because I know that everything I put in my body is like, it's going to give me like 30, 40 pounds more weight than it, you know, than it normally would. You know what I mean? Like the calorie intake, just watch your calorie intake, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you. Let's see here. So what I've learned about being on hormone therapy, it is not a quick fix. It is, yeah, it's not a quick fix. What it is it's something to help me get to my end goal. It's something I have to remember to take every day. It's something that every day makes me feel like I am moving forward towards my transition to like my ultimate goal, which is surgery. I don't think that it is for everybody. Some people may not ever decide to do hormone therapy, and that's fine. Like if you want to just live yourself, live your life and live as yourself, and yourself happens to be somebody who just dresses like a woman and does not take hormone therapy or go any further, that's all good. You do you. So, and it doesn't necessarily help with dysphoria, and it doesn't immediately make you pass either. That other stuff takes work. I do want to give a shout out though to Estelle Lauder. She is the lovely lady who does all of my cartoon, the intro cartoon and the end one. Sometimes you'll probably notice they're switched up a bit 'cause she's done quite a few for me. She's a really good person, and I guess a bit of a fan. She really loves drawing these amazing photos on her computer, and those are the two she has sent me so far, and I absolutely was I was definitely very flattered by that she took the time out to do that for me. And I asked her if it was okay to use it for my YouTube videos because I wanted something for a thumbnail and something for you guys to see at the very end of my video. And she was so gracious to do that for me, and thank you so much, girl. All right, so I hope I covered as much as I possibly could. I really wanted to make this video. I wish somebody had told me at the beginning exactly what I was going to experience, because some of it was quite a shock. I'm lucky because I had a really good friend who actually went through hormone therapy, and she was able to give me some pointers and stuff. Basically with the emotional stuff, ladies and gentlemen, just make sure you have things in place or a good support system. That's all I can say. I have my mom, my brother, my grandma, my best friend, and that's all I need. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video, even though it was kind of long this time. And have a really great day. Be safe, every beauty, and love you.